Good morning, students. I was explaining you about the function of the parliament, and I have told you that the parliament has three functions like formulation of laws, control over the council of ministers, and the third is amendment to the constitutions. Now, the first one, that is formulation of laws. It makes or it formulates new laws and achieves for the welfare of the people and fulfill the objectives of the constitutions. Then it makes necessary changes in some of the laws. These laws are formulated as per the description in the constitution. Clear? Then we go to the control over the council of ministers. Now, here you can see the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers are drawn from the Parliament, and the Parliament exercises control over them. The Parliament keeps control over the Council of Ministers through multiple ways. The Council of Ministers cannot function disregarding the Parliament. The Parliament can control the Council of Ministers by asking explanation, passing a no confidence motion, etc. Okay, now we shall go to the next page, that is page number, if you have textbook, page number 73. Clear? Page number 73. Now, third is the amendment to the constitution. Amendment means if any changes we required in this age, then we can do the changes. Okay. Now see here, the parliament decides whether to make any amendment to the Indian constitution. Now, if any law is not suited in this generation, then the parliament decides whether to keep that law or to make a new law. The second, the constitution amendment bill is most important bill. The constitution mentions three ways of amending the constitution. By first one, by simple majority of the parliament. Second, by special or 2/3 majority of the parliament. Third, by special majority plus consent from one, then more than half of the constitutions. Clear? Then Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Speaker of the Lok Sabha. That means the Speaker controls the Lok Sabha. He conducts the meeting after the election of Lok Sabha. And after the Speaker, there is a Deputy Speaker too. Their functions, the Deputy Speaker or the Lok Sabha is guided by the Speaker, or it is controlled by the Speaker. Now see, the members of the Lok Sabha elects the Speaker. How the Speaker is elected? The members of the Lok Sabha elects the Speaker and Deputy Speaker in the very first meeting after the election of the Lok Sabha. They are elected by the newly elected members of Parliament. The Lok Sabha functions under the guidance and control of the Speaker. Now, what is the function of the Speaker? What is the function of the Speaker? Now, I focus on the next column. Function of the Speaker. To conduct the business of the House in an unbiased manner to take care of the right and privilege of the members of the parliament to conduct the functioning of Lok Sabha in a systematic manner, to maintain the dignity of the house, to interpret the rules and daily functioning of the house and work accordingly. Then we go to next is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Now, the vice president is the ex officio chairman of Lok Sabha. The function of Rajya Sabha chairman includes maintaining the discipline in the house, facilitating discussion, giving members a chance to speak. Then, how does the parliament make law? How does the parliament make law? In our country, the parliament is empowered to make law. There are two types of bills that are introduced in the House of Parliament, that is the money bill and the ordinary bill. Now, before passing the bills undergo following process. The bill undergo following process. The Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha have same sets of rights. Lok Sabha has certain rights which are not available for Rajya Sabha. Bills related to finance, money bill and such other bills are first introduced and passed in the Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha has limited power with respect to money bill. Rajya Sabha can pass a resolution on the subjects of the Lok Sabha. Then the first reading. The first reading, that is, the Minister of the Department presents the bill and briefly explains its structure. This is called as first reading. Now, go to the next page. Then we have the second reading. In the second reading, there are two stages of second reading. In the first stage, the objectives of the proposed bill are discussed and the members of the House express their opinion. They support the bill and give favorable opinion, while the opposition opponent parties discuss the defect and fault in the bill. After a great discussion within the House, the bill is passed and then sent to a committee of the House. The committee reports consisting of instruction and recommendation is sent to the House in order to make the bill flawless. Then we have the third reading. After voting is taken for approval of the bill, if the bill gets an assent by the required majority, then the bill is considered and passed by the House. If the bill does not get majority, then the bill is not considered or not passed. If there is or if there occurs a difference opinion between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha over a specific bill, the further of the bill is decided into a joint meeting of both the houses. After the final assent and signature of the President, the bill is converted into law and the law is being made.